Greetings, dear clients, dear subscribers. This is Ison speaking. In this video, we will review the Ison Grot 5 megapixel video surveillance system. We will also talk about the Ison Grot E modifications and the 4 megapixel versions. Overall, this is a very powerful video surveillance system. 5 megapixels, 2K resolution, 5 times digital zoom, original Sony sensor, and night IR illumination up to 60 meters. This video surveillance system also has a lot of other interesting features. We will talk about all the interesting functions and features of these cameras and this video recorder. Let's take a look at how easy it is to connect and set everything up. I'll show you how to install the app on your phone. So let's start with the different modifications. There is a 5 megapixel standard modification called Ison Grot. There is also a more affordable modification, the Ison Grot E. This version uses more budget-friendly processors. This model is about 20 to 30% cheaper. At the same time, the system is also about 20 to 30% simpler in terms of display quality and pixel detail. There is also a 4 megapixel modification, and we are often asked, is there a big difference between 5 megapixels and 4 megapixels? The difference is about 20%. That is, 1 megapixel is 1 million pixels, 1 million dots on the screen. Accordingly, surveillance cameras with 5 megapixels have 1 million more dots. And this difference is about 20%. In all other functions, specifications, and appearance, they are absolutely identical. So these surveillance cameras are equipped with a Sony sensor. The sensor is what is inside the camera, and it determines 90% of the image quality and its longevity. And these are original Sony sensors. These are not copies, not replicas, not fakes from AliExpress, but genuine Sony sensors. They also feature a set of the most advanced technologies. This is WDR technology. This is a technology without which essentially buying a surveillance camera is just money wasted, because no matter where you install your camera, several times a day you'll encounter situations where sunlight hits the lens or, on the contrary, a shadow falls across it. By the way, let's remove the protective film so it doesn't distract us. And in cameras that don't have this technology, all the faces in the frame will appear black at those moments and license plates will be unreadable. But here there's a special technology that solves this problem. And this is real WDR technology, not a copy, replica, or fake from AliExpress. Right now there are a lot of such cameras on the market where unscrupulous makeshift manufacturers claim that their cameras supposedly have WDR, but in reality it's either not there at all or it's implemented incorrectly and it doesn't solve the problem of darkened faces. Here, I repeat, only the original WDR technology is used, only the original Sony sensor. Ison equipment is overall premium quality equipment. All equipment comes with a 3-year warranty. This model also features DNR technology. This is a technology that reduces the amount of noise, meaning graininess in low light or nighttime shooting conditions. It also includes smart AR technology, defog, anti-fog technology, and built-in intelligent motion sensors. This means that the video surveillance system here can record all information based on motion detection. The motion sensor can be adjusted for sensitivity, and you can set the detection area for the sensor. This is convenient in cases where, for example, a dog is running around in the frame. The system can also send notifications to your smartphone when the motion sensor is triggered. These cameras feature a 5 times digital zoom. People often ask, why do cameras need zoom? The answer is quite simple. A camera with 5 times zoom can see 5 times farther than a camera without zoom. Here the zoom is optical and electronic. This means the zoom is controlled remotely from a phone, tablet, or computer. And this camera is equipped with an autofocus system. So you don't need to adjust the focus manually, like on many cameras where you have to turn something. The system will automatically set the correct focus after zooming in. So let's talk about what a complete kit actually is and what is included in the ready-made Ison Grot video surveillance systems. Everything you need is included so that you can take the video surveillance system out of the box, connect it, and have it working right away. Here we are reviewing a system with 4 cameras complete with a hard drive. Ison Grot systems come in configurations ranging from 1 to 32 cameras, that is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 16, 20 and 32 cameras. And all these configurations are available both with and without a hard drive. In other words, they differ in the number of cameras, the amount of cable, the power supply and the video recorders. In configurations without a hard drive, there will be no recording, only online viewing is available. A hard drive is a device that is installed inside the video recorder, and it is where the recordings are stored. We are often asked, how long will the standard hard drive last for recording? If you choose a configuration with a hard drive, it will always come with a 1 terabyte drive. And let's take a look at a typical setup with 4 cameras. For 4 cameras, a 1 terabyte hard drive will last about 5 days of continuous recording, or about 2 weeks if recording is triggered by motion detection. Only specialized hard drives designed for video surveillance systems can be used in a surveillance system. If you install any other type of hard drive, your equipment will automatically lose its warranty. If you have a hard drive left over from your old surveillance system, yes, you can install it. However, remember that before installation, you must format it. Otherwise, recording will not start. If you purchase a kit with a hard drive, whether it's 1 terabyte or you've chosen to upgrade to a larger hard drive, it will already be installed in the video recorder and pre-formatted. So you just take it out of the box, connect it, and everything will start working automatically. So in the kit for 4 cameras, we have accordingly 4 cameras included. Each camera also comes with a mounting kit with a hex key for adjustment, instructions, and a template for easy installation. The kit also includes 18 meters of cable for each camera. Here you can see what the cable looks like. It's a dual cable. This is the BNC connector, which transmits video. This is the power connector. Accordingly, using this connector and this wire, the camera receives power from the power supply unit, which is also included in this kit. This is the power supply unit that you will use to connect your cameras. I'll show you visually how this is done. The power supply unit is connected via a splitter. The splitter is also included in the kit. Also included in the kit is a video recorder. Let's take a look at it. On the front panel of the video recorder, we see 3 indicator lights. Indicators for the hard drive, internet, and power. If everything is working properly, these lights will be on or blinking. We also see a USB port here. It's convenient to connect a mouse or a flash drive here to transfer information. On the back side, we see 4 BNC connectors for connecting surveillance cameras and 1 connector for additionally connecting a microphone, so you can hook one up if needed. There are VGA and HDMI ports here for connecting a monitor. I recommend always using the HDMI port. That way, you'll be able to view the footage from your surveillance cameras in the highest possible quality. It's recommended to connect through monitors such as 27-inch or 32-inch models, so you can view everything with maximum detail. How do surveillance monitors differ from standard TVs and monitors? They differ in that the standard camera grid display, when you want to see 4 or 8 cameras at the same time on your monitor, is always shown correctly on these monitors. If you use your own monitor or TV, sometimes this grid can be displayed incorrectly or look distorted. So if you encounter this issue, if your monitor does not support the standard output of surveillance systems, then it is recommended in this case to purchase specialized surveillance monitors. Here we also see a LAN port. This is a network port. You connect the internet here in order to view video online. From your phone, you can not only watch video, but also download archives and control the zoom. And here we also see a USB port and a power connector. This is where the second power supply, which is also included in the package, is connected. This is a separate power supply unit. Only the video recorder itself can be connected to it. A control mouse is always included with the video recorder as well. These surveillance cameras are outdoor, vandal-proof, can withstand temperatures down to -60 degrees, and can handle any rain or snow. They are color cameras and are universal. They can be installed both indoors and outdoors. These cameras come with very powerful infrared illumination up to 60 meters. The illumination here is not based on the old unsightly R5 infrared diodes, which have the problem of burning out by the end of the first year of use. And right now, every second surveillance camera comes with such diodes. Here, the infrared illumination is implemented using modern IR LED diodes, which do not have this problem. The Ison Grot video surveillance system comes with Ison On technology. This is a technology that prevents the common problem of your settings being reset when the power goes out. This is a frequent issue with many manufacturers. The settings get reset and you have to set up the mobile viewing option or motion sensors all over again if you had them configured. Overall, it's worth mentioning that this video surveillance system is designed for installation by ordinary users. In other words, even if you had no idea what a video surveillance system was yesterday, today you'll be able to install it yourself without any trouble, and you won't need to call in a separate specialist or pay extra fees. Let me repeat, this is a ready-made kit so that you can install the video surveillance system yourself. We are also often asked, what accessories are most commonly purchased? What do you actually need to buy in addition? It is recommended to install the video surveillance system right away with its own uninterruptible power supply with a voltage surge protection option. A voltage surge can be caused by any strong thunderstorm. Video surveillance is low voltage equipment. HD always uses 12 volts, and as low voltage equipment, it is much more likely to burn out during thunderstorms compared to regular household appliances like TVs or refrigerators. Another common accessory that is often purchased with this video surveillance system is the mounting base for the surveillance cameras. They are necessary in order to seal these connectors during installation. They are only needed for outdoor installations. If it's an indoor installation, you don't need to spend extra money on them. If the installation is outdoors, it is recommended to use Ison D490 or Ison D490E metal bases. Plastic bases are not recommended here because the cameras are quite heavy and substantial. Another common question is, if I install a surveillance camera outdoors but not in the open air, say under an awning, do I still need to use a base? It is recommended to use a base outdoors in any case because these connectors can corrode due to increased moisture, which we experience in all regions during autumn or rainy seasons, and after a year or a year and a half, your surveillance camera may fail. Naturally, this will not be covered under warranty. Therefore, if you want to install a surveillance system once and have it work for many years without any problems, it is best to immediately use a base. Again, I recommend the Ison D490E or Ison D490 and uninterruptible power supplies. Other accessories include monitors, which I have already mentioned, and routers are also frequently purchased. This video surveillance system supports working with 3G and 4G internet, meaning internet that is provided via a SIM card rather than through a wired connection. If that's your situation, then you will need a specialized system where the video recorder supports working with these types of IP addresses. And to connect, you will need a USB modem, a SIM card, and a router with an RJ45 port. We have specialized routers for video surveillance systems, which are available on our website in the Other section. They have special firmware that never conflicts with any operator and everything works correctly. We are often asked, if I already have my own router at the site, can I connect to it? Yes, you can connect, you can try. You need an RJ45 port. With non-specialized routers, the situation is about 50-50. Sometimes they work fine, sometimes they work properly, and sometimes they have some interruptions. That is, the app might not load at all, show that there is no internet, or only load after 20 tries, constantly crashing. So this is a typical set of problems with incompatible routers. That's exactly why there are special routers with special firmware. If you have your own router, we always recommend go ahead, connect it, and try it out. If you don't have any router at all and you're going to buy one anyway, for example, you have a new house or there was never any internet in your home, then to avoid overpaying, it's better to buy a router specifically for video surveillance systems right away. Now I'll show you clearly how to connect and set up the system Ison Grot. It's all quite simple here. First, we take any cable. We also take the camera cable. We connect the BNC connector to the corresponding port. The second connector is for power. Just plug the female into the male connector. On the other end of the cable, we connect the BNC connector to any of the BNC ports on the video recorder. And we connect the power to the power supply unit through a splitter. Our splitter will power all our cameras at once through a single power supply. Naturally, we plug the power supply itself into a 220 volt outlet using the plug that also comes in the kit. All the other cameras are connected in exactly the same way. We have a second power supply included in the kit. We use it to connect the video recorder to power. A control mouse is included in the kit. We connect it to the USB port. We will be connecting the system to an Ison LED G32F monitor. These monitors support 2K and 4K video. I'll also show you right away how to connect the surveillance system to the internet. To do this, you need to connect the video recorder and the router with a cable, a patch cord. If you purchase the Grot surveillance system together with a router, a patch cord will be included with the router. If you already have your own router, this cable is also included in the kit. If for some reason it's missing, has been used, or you've lost it, you can buy one at any computer store and we also sell them. All you need to do is connect the video recorder to the appropriate RJ45 port on one end, and on the other end, plug it into the same type of port on your router.
Now let's take a look at the DVR control menu. Here we need to select the language. Here the system prompts us to enter the password. The default password on all the DVRs is Ison12345. Click Login here, and we need to check the time. Check the time zone to match the current time zone. Click Next. This is the network settings of the DVR. This is necessary if you immediately connect the recorder to your network. Here are the network settings for all cameras. Click Next. All hard disks will be displayed here. Hard disks should be used with SATA 2. SATA 3 connectors for video surveillance systems. Click Next. Here the system prompts us to change the password and ask control questions. We will not do it now. Click Exit. All our cameras are displayed here. You can move the mouse, and here we have hints and quick menu items. For example, PDZ is for rotating cameras. Zoom button, that is zooming in on the footage. Here you can enable audio if it supports your surveillance cameras, which you connect such. 2 times click the mouse to expand the window to full screen. Also click twice to go back. Right-click to open the menu. Here, for example, you can customize the display of the number of cameras you want. Let's click to exit full screen mode in order to see the main menu. There are a lot of different functions and settings here. I will show you the main ones that you will probably use. On the top, we have the main buttons. Here we have now open view mode. On the left, CCTV cameras. Here respectively display. Also customize as you need. Here is the button archive here. Select the desired camera on the left. Select the date on the calendar. Below displays the selected day from 0 to 24 hours. Here you can display only motion recording. You can speed up the video. Then in the search section, you can save the information to a USB flash card before you need to insert it into any USB port of the recorder. Also select the surveillance camera. Select the date. Click on the button to save the video to a USB flash drive. Here are all the same settings that we have already seen. There are also additional settings, such as user settings. Here you can create several users so that then you can keep track of who went into the menu recorder and what did with the system. Here is a system of alerts about different events. Also all standard can be configured. Here network settings. On the P2P tab you can configure the option to view the image from a smartphone. There is also an email tab here. In this item you can configure email notifications that triggered the motion sensor. Here are the camera settings that we have already seen, and also WASD menu settings. For example, you can specify the names for each camera. Here are the recording settings for each camera. In this item you can choose how to record your CCTV cameras constantly, by motion sensor or by schedule. We recommend that all our customers immediately put all CCTV cameras in motion sensor recording mode. Here is the DVR maintenance button. You can use it to get basic information and also to update the device. In the upper right corner there is also a button to turn off and restart the DVR.
Now I will show you how to install and set up the application on your smartphone for remote viewing. The instructions are absolutely the same for all Apple devices, meaning on iPhone 10, 15, 16, it's all exactly the same, as well as for all Google devices and all Android devices. It's all absolutely the same. Download the app through the App Store or Google Market called BitVision. You enter the BitVision app, click on the 3 lines in the top left. Here, click on Login. Now, click on First, Login. And here you click on the registration button. Complete the registration. It's a fairly simple registration. You need to provide your email, password, nothing to worry about. I am already registered. After you have registered, click on the Login button. Click on the 3 lines again. Go to the Device Manager. And here in the bottom right, you click on the plus sign. 3 options are offered for how to add your video recorder. The simplest option is to click the bottom item, LAN Search. This means that a network search will be performed automatically. Here, my video recorder is displayed immediately. I click on it. Here we need to enter the device name. You can specify something arbitrary, for example, home. The username is always admin, in lowercase. And the password. Here, enter the one you specified during initial registration, that is, the password. From your video recorder, I see the camera display. And let's go through the main settings. I can double-click on the camera to display 4 cameras at once. Similarly, setup. All the cameras connected to your video recorder. I can rotate the phone 90 degrees to display the camera in full screen. I can pinch to zoom in on the image for software zoom, rotating the phone back. There are also quick buttons below the screen. The first is to take a screenshot. The second is to record video online right now. Next, this button allows you to listen to the audio from the surveillance camera.
The following button displays a certain number of cameras you want to show at once. I will leave it at 1 for now. The BD button is for switching modes. Right now we clicked on HD and can see how the quality has changed, meaning we are viewing in maximum quality and can see how clear the image has become. By default, BD is set for traffic saving, so you see the situation and understand what is happening. If you want to view this moment in maximum detail, you click on HD. Below, there are also playback, close, and share buttons. I will show you the main feature that you will use, which is viewing. Click on the 3 lines in the top left, and here select playback. Here, you also select the camera that will be connected, and at the bottom, a bar will appear, and you simply swipe with your finger to choose the event you want to view. For example, you see that yesterday at there was some movement at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you just swipe your finger here, and automatic playback starts. That is, in this way you can not only view the image online from your phone, but also see what happened. You can quickly send this information to your phone to take it to law enforcement or do something else with this information.